The next step of reaction is the Krebs cycle, and it happens in the mitochondrial matrix. If you still recall, acetyl-CoA was produced in the last set of reactions. Acetyl-CoA has 2 carbons. Okay, now it will combine with a 4C compound, a compound with 4 carbon atoms, which is already present in the mitochondrial matrix. So this is somewhat similar to the Calvin cycle. So anyway, now the 4C compound will combine with the acetyl-CoA. So 4 plus 2 is 6. Together they will form a 6C compound. This 6C compound will undergo more reactions later. Now, if you still remember, the coenzyme A was only a carrier to bring the acetyl group to the Krebs cycle. So at this point, the coenzyme A will leave the reaction and go back to bring more acetyl. The 6C compound will then undergo a series of reactions to eventually become the 4C again. In the process, it will be giving out 2 carbon dioxide because 6C is becoming 4C, so 2C is given out. Some H atoms will also be given out, and these H atoms, just like before, will be taken up by the carrier NAD to form NADH. NADH will release more ATP later. Now, some H will not be carried by the NAD carrier. There is another carrier in the cell called the FAD, so some H will be carried by the FAD to form FADH. It is just another H carrier, and FADH will also be used for giving out more ATP later. Now finally, when 6C becomes 4C, some energy is given out, and this is used for making more ATP, and the cells can already make use of this ATP at this stage. The 4C compound that was made from the 6C compound will then be regenerated, and it will go back to combine with more acetyl-CoA and keep the Krebs cycle running. Now, as a summary, let's take a look at the products formed from the series of reactions in Krebs cycle. So we have 2 carbon dioxide, and then we have 3 NADH, we have FADH, and also we have ATP. The carbon dioxide that is given out will then be released from the body, while the NADH and the FADH will be used for the next step to release even more ATP. The ATP released from the Krebs cycle is ready for use by the cell.